Hey guys, it's nice to be seeing me again. So this video has a little bit more in it to usual. It's actually a news and build video. I decided to do that since there's not really too much news to talk about, but it can relate to a build video. So recently The Sims 4 has released their summer kind of list of what they expect. It's not a roadmap, it's a sub roadmap, I call it. We won't be getting a new roadmap until June. Apparently it has something to do with nature, and there's already talked about fairies, but we're gonna get into the stuff that has been confirmed. So let's get straight into it. So first up, this has been all over the Facebook page. So talking about this roadmap, sorry, I had to pull something else up, but talking about this roadmap. So first off, we have a Sims live stream. I don't know why to call it the Sims live stream. Not sure what that has to do with anything, but that's happening on the 30th. Then officially on June 5th, we are getting the June to August roadmap, which sounds like it is centered around nature. That sounds like a big idea. We still don't know much about it, but that's mostly coming from the new live event that's going to occur. Anybody who has the Sims 4 base game, which is free, by the way, there will be a new event coming similar to the Christmas one, and many more that we participate in for, giving free new items and some new gameplay items. So that's always nice. Next up, we have the Sims Free Play with Make a Splash. I don't cover the Sims Free Play on my channel because, well, that's more of a private thing. Plus, the Sims Free Play is all right now. We're gonna get a new drop in the Sims shop of new merch that you can purchase. Then we're going to get a Get Out of Town Sims Free Play, same thing. Again, not really much to comment on here. And then lastly, in July, we are getting the Sims board game. Now, let me know this is probably going to be extremely extended on once we find out what the June to August roadmap is. My guess is probably, knowing it, we're probably going to get a game pack. If it's confirmed to be fairies, if we are legitimate getting fairies, then it should be a game pack. I don't know if we'll receive an expansion pack. We'll have to see. There might be a stuff pack. I can't confirm that, but we know for a fact there's probably going to be like 3 kits or something. I wish there wasn't. But big thing here. The Sims board game is coming out in July. Now, we talked about this before, and honestly, I'm really excited for it. I will be purchasing that once it comes released because I'm a board game connoisseur, just as I'm a video game lover. So, yeah. But let's get into the other stuff that's being discussed. So luckily, the Sims community page is already on top of this. So this is the new live event. It's called Nature's Calling. So what's going to happen is you're going to get all this stuff based off the weeks. Each week, new items will be available, and you'll just have to complete in-game tasks, which are base game compatible. There will be optional tasks if we have DLC, but base game compatible, so you can easily get them. We're getting some new glasses, wallpaper. I see a new chair with table. I see a new lot trait, new food, new clothes, a new tattoo. A new workshop table, the outhouse, I really like. We're getting new rocks. Don't know why we haven't gotten those yet. New sandals, and new magazine collectibles. The only comment I have really on this is I wish there would be, the magazines would be readable, like your sim can now subscribe to magazines. Now, let it be known, I honestly have a lot of things I want to discuss about what the Sims needs overhaul-wise, like base game, like just the game in general, to make it still work today. But I'll get into that later. But this is what we're to be expected. For honest, I'm excited for the outhouse because I feel like that's an interesting object, especially since no more creating outhouses that just look weird. But the big thing I want to talk about this, if possibly fairies are getting released, there's something I want to talk about. So thanks for this little picture. I don't know who posted this. It could have been Iron Seagull, it could have been Fantasia. However, I found it after Googling it. Let's discuss this image. I can't remember what pack it was exactly during that this released, but a sim a while ago commented that they said, a fairy, a horse, a car, oh my, on somebody asking about future releases. Here's where things get weird. Horse Ranch released in July 20th, 2023. So obviously that was after that. Like there was a big hint in growing together. And so, we're like, oh my gosh, what is this hinting towards? So like, obviously that was big thing. But now, let's say fairies does come this June or July, depending on when they release. If that's the case, then, well, this could mean next summer, cars and garages are coming. Now, this is not confirmed or denied, but considering that they're following this in this kind of pattern, we could be seeing it soon. It could be 2 years from now, or it could be next year. I don't know. But The Sims doesn't do this just out of the blue. Especially since right now it's falling through. Remember, I will only say this might be confirmed if they do fairies as the next pack. But that's all up to speculation. Something I just noticed before I wanted to pull up the game. right now the Sims is announcing, like, you know, the whole spring and the summer. Your Sims are officially coming to summertime. Like, that's the whole thing. But here's what's suspicious. 3 packs are advertising right now, and they're not on sale, they're just being advertised. It's Perfect Patio, Outdoor Retreat, and Seasons. All packs having to do with the outdoors. So I really think they're trying to say something. I can't say what it is, but they're trying to say something. I don't know if these packs are going to be getting updates. I don't know if this new pack has anything to do with these, like cross-pack availability. I do not know. All I know is they don't joke around with this kind of stuff. But let's get into my build, which will be themed after the Nature's Calling event. Excuse me, what is that eyesore in my upper right corner? Oh. I'm just gonna see if I can get rid of those immediately. Okay, good, they're gone. For those who are wondering how to get rid of those, simply go to Game Options, Tutorials and Tips, turn off Enable Guidance System, and enable Center Icon Controls Legend. This just basically makes it so that all disappears. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. So we're here in Brendleton Bay, and the specific reason I came here is because I want to create a log cabin. Now, I will not probably post this immediately because I want to use a new Nature's Calling items, but we're going to make a small cabin. I don't want to do it off the grid. I'm not an off the grid guy, plus I think that's its own video. I got to figure out how to build off the grid. So let's get straight into it. The good news is we got plenty of space to work with. I do want to make this... There's a image I have in my head of this house. It's very simple. Maybe we could put like a small balcony on the back. Just a small one. I don't know if I will. That's just like, it's up for speculation. It's not really for if I'll actually do it or not. Now, what I can do to make this better is I have an idea. I can use this roof. This is a technique I've learned a while ago, and it's really handy if you're trying to make an interesting-esque Sims house. Then right here at the corner is where things get a little different. So what you're going to do is you're going to shrink these in, so that way it's not weird. Just got to make sure it matches the height of their roofs. And also make sure it's big enough. And look, it blends in your little roof a little better. There, a nice little cabin for the forest. Oh my gosh, I need to change the settings of daytime. The whole point is I want there to be a garden out here eventually. And this is not going to be a starter home. It's definitely not going to be. It's specifically made to be a home. Basically, that's kind of outdoorsy. But I want to make sure to get those stairs in, so we knew where that was going to go. But now is a fact of getting the rest of the house ready. So I will only use base game on this. Probably not going to be great options for me, but see, the gray, I'll make it work. It's slightly starting to bother me, but I think I can make it work. Once the rest of the house is painted, I'm sure it will start to blend in better. There we go. Simple back and front, get people inside. Now, the big thing I do want to make sure is that we do put a fireplace in here. So I'm going to put a placeholder fireplace. Like, it will not be the fireplace that actually is inside the house. Ooh, even better idea. To make sure we know exactly where we want the fireplace, I'm going to put a little platform where it's going to go. There, I try not to make sure to put too many windows, because if I put too many windows, then the house is going to be like crazy bright. It's going to be like, my eyes! It's so beautiful! But pretty self-explanatory on the door situation, like have a front door and a back door. Pretty simple. I can do my traditional like secret door, where it's like this could be a small bedroom with a bath. Or it could be like a study. Ooh, I like that idea. Let's sneak in a little door. Okay, upstairs. This is going to be a little more difficult. So I think what we should do is we should split this down the middle. Add something right here, like a little divider. That way, it's kind of split down the middle. So there's a room here, room there. This will have its own private bath. So you can enter here, and then it will have its own room over there. And this needs to be a parent's room. So what we should do is maybe let's make this side the parents' room, so it's slightly bigger. We can do that. And then we can make 2 more bedrooms. And they're skinny, but they'll fit. Because that way people can come upstairs and there's still a tiny bit of space for them to get into the rooms. Pretty simple. Here we go, we'll do it like that. So that way, this little spot right here will have a little bit of a stone kind of entry. Because that's supposed to be like the back door. And here we'll have more wood in there. I'll figure out the bathrooms in a sec. I'll figure out what I want to do with those. You can usually do that tile for the kitchen. Okay, so first, the living room. So I'm thinking I want this to be an older styled home. So a lot of paneling is going to be very useful in here. It might be a really small, tiny living area, but it's not bad. I think it has charm. Like I said, we're going to go for a very old cabin-esque vibe. So we're going to use a lot of older furniture in here. Like I said, I will be adding some of the new stuff once we get that whole theme thing out of the way so I can put all the stuff in here. Just add some small details to make it really feel like an older house. I will make sure this area gets set up, like the small spot. Right now, I'm just trying to look for something like this to put in the corner. Throw a plant in the corner. Like, this is going to be a very generic, like, entry area to the house. There are some sconce lights to help light up that spot a little more. So this room, I was thinking of something fun. What I'm trying to go for is, like, this is a gardener study. Like, this is where a gardener, like, has some of their plants. Not all of them, just some. Just some to keep an eye on and take care of. I hope people understand that when they see this room. Like, I hope they look at this and go, oh yeah, a gardener definitely, like, lives here. Like, they use this room for their plants. But yeah, a little gardener's kind of room. Like, that's the whole vibe I'm kind of going for. Like, I want it to be these people who live in this house are very outdoorsy. Like, this is their favorite thing to do. What the? Throne of Thrones? When did we get this toilet? Is this from the new update? Huh. It's functional off the grid. I think all toilets are functional off the grid. And we always gotta throw in some minor decorations to make it feel like it's been lived in. This is nobody's, like, private bath. This is just, like, basic bathroom that's used by all household members. Now, I was thinking for this room, we should do the same kind of paneling we were doing for the rest of the house. Ooh, we could use this. It could be like, this wasn't originally the kitchen. Originally the kitchen was like here, but they built an extension onto the house. So this is where the new kitchen is. I kind of wish I could stick these sconces up, like, above the cabinets so they weren't clipping through the ceiling. Because those would look really nice right there. And I feel like that'd provide some cool lighting. Let's move this T thing over here just so it has a little more, like, space and that it feels a little more natural. There we go. A nice little kitchen for a nice little family. I do want to decorate that shelf a little bit, though, before I move on here. That's a pretty decent little place to live for right now. Like, I like it. And we don't have much space up here, so the best we could probably do is just hang a photo on the wall. First up, I'm going to do the parents' room because, let's face it, that's probably the most important room in this entire house. Let's start to brighten up the room a little bit. Because this is a very small parents' room. We want it to feel bigger. More full. Rather than it feeling as small as it does. And since we don't know if the sim would have kids, I am going to stick in a bathtub and shower. Not a combo. Actually, I wonder. So this is 2,100 if I just put straight up a shower bathtub combo in there. This is 450. This is 300. So that'd be about, it's actually about $5,000 cheaper, I believe. Actually, no, it's like almost $1,500 cheaper just to do this. So these two rooms, I think I'm going to design in the kids' rooms because we do have a study. We got that figured out. We pretty much have every room in the house except the kids' room, so that's what I wanted to do. Let's make one of them like, I think we can make one of them like a regular kids' room and then the other one like an infant room. It'd be funny that, it's funny that I'm getting them a teddy bear because it's like, you live out in the wooded areas, so it's like, here's a teddy bear. By the way, don't hug bears in real life. Like, why not? They're not as cuddly. Okay, now for the baby's room. I like adding this little balloon light in the baby's room because it fits a nursery very well. Like, if you're looking for a cutesy light to put in a baby's room, this is the light. Like, see how adorable it is? There has some trees. Make it feel nice and cozy. Now, this is a little baby's room. When I make... Okay, little thing I do. So, in every Sims game, I try to make the bedrooms as gender neutral as possible. You're probably wondering why I do that. Or you probably do know. So, the reason why I make all babies' bedrooms gender neutral, no matter what, It's because quite frequently, when I play The Sims, what will happen is my sim will get pregnant, obviously, and it'll be, you know, they're gonna have a baby. Like, yay for them. They're gonna have a baby. Like, great, all that. And so what ends up happening is I decorate the room for a specific gender, and my baby ends up being the opposite gender. So I learned my lesson. And from now on, I do not decorate the baby's bedroom based on a gender that I would prefer. I decorate it based on whatever gender I get, because I don't want to have, because then I'm like, oh, not only do I have to recolor everything, but I have to spend money again because it's all wrong. Yeah, that's my story about why I don't make gendered bedrooms anymore. Because it never works for me. There we go, a nice little cabin in the woods. Now over here, this is where the outhouse is gonna go. But what's gonna happen is I'm gonna make a little garden. We'll build that in a sec. But the outhouse will go somewhere probably right here in the middle. Like, that will eventually happen. But for right now, it doesn't exist. Yeah. All I need to do is add some more plants to this little area, and then I think we'll be done with this house. Here, just add some weeds around that to make it feel a little more lived in. Now, finally, we need the path out there. Makes it cozy, unique. Now let's get the terrain paint in, and we'll be done with this house. And voila! A little cabin for nature calling. Yeah. And I think we'll leave this here. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. It was really cool getting to build this and explore the new possibilities of what might come to The Sims. So please like this video, smart video to see it, and subscribe to my channel if you are new. I do all kinds of Sims content here, including builds, reviews, gameplay, and news. I've never done both in the same video, but this is pretty interesting. If you're not caught up on my content, plenty of playlists out there that you can watch, especially for the Baker family. My most popular one I do, in terms of me, not in terms of people. But yeah, if you want to, you can also find in the description down below my other channel, Garrwolf. It's my main channel. It's where I do my other game content. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Bye!